Hey guys, how's it going? You're with Tesla Tom. Thanks for watching Ludicrous Feed. Today I would like to share with you a recent power bill that I've had, but before I do so, just a few facts about my situation. I live in Sydney, as many of you know. I live in a house with 4 people. We've got 2 adults and 2 children in this house. It's a 5-bedroom house and it's a double-story house. We have a 3 kilowatt solar array and I own a Tesla PowerWall2 with 13.5 kilowatt hour capacity. Now, this power bill encompasses 90 days between February and May in 2018, this year. Before I give you this bill, I'm going to give you some average temperatures for Sydney in this period. So in February, March and April of this year, which this bill does cover, the average low for each day in that period was about 18 degrees and the average high was about 26 to 27 degrees. So we've had some really good weather in the first few months of the year. This bill also covers part of May, and in May the average temperature was 11 degrees at its lowest and 21 degrees at its highest. So May was a little bit colder, but the rest of the months were pretty good, as you can see. In terms of number of hours of sunshine per day, between February and May this year we ranged from 7.3 in March at its lowest to 7.9 in May and April. So we've had some pretty good weather in the last 3 months or so. So like I said, this bill covers the 18th of February to the 18th of May, and I'll put this beside me so you can follow along. Now before I go through this, I'll just remind you again how expensive electricity here is in New South Wales. As you can see, peak prices are about 59 cents per kilowatt hour. At shoulder rates, it's about 25 cents per kilowatt hour. Off-peak rates are about 16.5 cents per kilowatt hour. And control load 2, which is hot water, is about 17 cents per kilowatt hour. The bill breaks down the number of kilowatt hours in each period from peak to off-peak to shoulder to the controlled load. So having a look at my bill again, I've used 18 kilowatt hours of peak electricity in the last 3 months. I've used 249 kilowatt hours at off-peak. I've used 52 kilowatt hours at shoulder and 181 kilowatt hours for hot water. Per day, I used 0.2 kilowatt hours in peak, 2.7 in off-peak, 0.57 in the shoulder, and 2 kilowatt hours per day for hot water. So as you can see, I've tried to minimize the amount of peak electricity that I've used because of my PowerWall2. A PowerWall2 would tend to discharge during those hours, and I've tried to use electricity for all my devices and appliances that weren't necessary in the day to use at night time when it was cheapest. As you can see, that's been reflected in this bill, where the majority of my usage has occurred at night time. In terms of hot water, I've got a heat pump. Some of you might have seen one of my videos, I did a review of my heat pump, and I've used about 2 kilowatt hours per day to power that heat pump. So I'm pretty happy with this bill. And you'll see the supply charge is at 96 cents per day, so it's about $86 all up. And I'm on something called an electric car plan with AGL, which is for $1 per day I can charge my car for as much as it likes. The amount of electricity that I've used to charge my car is not reflected in this bill. What the meters do is that I've got one main meter for the house, and then I've got an off-market meter, and the amount of electricity I've used to charge the car is deducted from the number of kilowatt hours that the main meter has recorded. So all up, as you can see for yourself in this bill, I've paid $258.26. I received a little bit of credit from my feed-in tariff. I fed in 224.727 kilowatt hours in 90 days, which is about 2.5 kilowatt hours per day. I've got a 3 kilowatt solar array, don't forget, so that's pretty good. And I got back $24.94 in credit. So all up it was $259.14, including 10% GST, which is the goods and services tax here in Australia, which is 10%. And I got a bit of a discount, as you can see, because I paid on time. And so it ended up being $237.35. Now AGL gave me a snapshot of my power usage, and as you can see in this slide here, the average usage was $2.88 per day, which worked out to be 5.57 kilowatt hours per day. I'm pretty happy with that, which puts my usage in less than equivalent of a one-person household, which they said on average is 1,620 kilowatt hours. So, you know, obviously with the PowerWall2, it's certainly, and my solar array, it certainly reduced the amount of electricity I've needed to use from the grid, which is great. Now, just for interest's sake, I have compared this bill with a bill I had 2 years ago in a similar period between February and May 2016 before I got my electric car. So as you can see, in 2016 I used 19.5 kilowatt hours. In 2018, in the last 3 months, I've used 5.57 kilowatt hours per day. So that's, for me, that's quite a big saving, and I'm pretty happy with the way things have turned out with my solar array and my PowerWall2. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed that. I thought I'd share my power bill with you, just to let you know the saving that you can achieve with a solar array and a battery. And I've certainly enjoyed the savings, and I'm happy that I'm using less electricity from the grid with my solar panels and my battery at home. Well, thank you everyone, thanks for watching. Hope you're having a lovely day where you are, and as always, happy charging. Hey, thanks for watching, and thank you for helping us to bring the electric vehicle revolution to Australia. If you've enjoyed our videos, please take a moment to hit subscribe. We would really appreciate it. If you're close to buying a brand new Tesla, then lucky you. Use one of our promo codes on screen to unlock special goodies from Tesla. Happy charging!